So welcome to my channel, that's what we call the good life. Now today I'm going to be talking about all the things you can be sowing or planting in the month of October. Now believe it or not, there's still quite a bit out there you can be doing if you've got room on your allotment and you've got time to do it. Now a little bit of admin, really boring, but if you could subscribe to my channel that would be really awesome, because not only will you get lots of helpful hints and tips throughout the year, it would do us a massive favour in helping us grow our channel, and so that we can still carry on helping people and helping yourselves and grow really successful fruit and veg each year. Statistically, about 80% of the people that watch my channel haven't subscribed, and it would make a massive difference if you did. So if you could do that, that would be really awesome. And also share it with anyone that you think it might help. That would be really fantastic too. Over and onwards, let's get on to the things that we can be doing. So to start off with, I bought some onion sets this week. I decided to go for a mixed variety. So after much deliberation, and I spent absolutely ages choosing, and I'm sure everyone else is the same, I looked online, I looked everywhere. In the end, I went into a shop and I bought them. So I bought a mixture of brown, red and silver skin onions. So that will make, so there's too many for me actually, so I'm probably going to share them with my father-in-law and someone else. But I really like the idea of having a mixed variety. So the other thing I always sow in October is my garlic. So there's much debate, and I myself am torn as to what the best garlic is to grow. Some people swear to get the bulbs from the garden centre. Some people say they just buy them from a supermarket, and others swear blind that it's always best to grow the same from the crop you grew last year if you've still kept any by. So I'd love to hear your comments on that. I am going to do a full video on that and debate it a little bit further, which would be really handy if you were to subscribe, because you'll get an alert to know that that's coming up. But yeah, put it in the comments and tell me what you think. So the other thing that you can be growing are some broad beans. Now after looking around the shop I went to, they didn't have what I wanted. I wanted a specific variety. It's one that you can plant in October, and it's called Aqua Dulce Claudia broad beans. So I haven't got the packet because they've yet to arrive, so hopefully my helpful assistant will pop it up on screen so you can see what type I'm going to be growing. The same with the peas. I chose an early onwards because again it's okay to plant this time of year, and hopefully that's popping up on screen. So both of those things, you can either sow them direct into the ground this time of year, believe it or not, or you can start them off in your greenhouse, and it doesn't need to be heated if you haven't got a heated greenhouse. So the choice is yours. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. Even I can't make my mind up, so you'll have to stay tuned as to what I decide to do. I might even do half and half, and I have some tricks of the trade of how I germinate my peas and beans to get better germination, and I'll be sharing that with you too as well. Something else you can be planting, and that's fruit trees. Now traditionally in the UK we used to plant more in the spring, but with the changing of seasons, more and more growers are actually planting in the autumn now. So if you've got room for any fruit trees, you can source yourself some fruit trees and get them in this month. Blueberries as well. If you haven't got any blueberries, I've actually already got some blueberry plants there, but I might see if I can squeeze another one in. You could be planting some blueberries as well. So corn salad is another thing, but you would be growing corn salad under cover because it wouldn't survive out here, and it would perish. Same if you wanted to start off any cabbages, you would have to start that off also under cover. So some other fun things you can be growing, because I think although I've got a little bit of salad in my greenhouse, I'm not sure it's going to grow quite as prolifically as it has done during the summer. So you can do some microgreens, which I've tried some of those recently. So I've got a few left in the packet. So mustard oriental, obviously they must be started off indoors because you're just growing them as microgreens. Pak choy as microgreens is another really good one, and also chicory. Again, all three of those will be started off indoors, and obviously you can add them to all sorts of stir fries, salads, risottos, you name it. All sorts of weird and wonderful things you can put that in. So rocket as well is another one. Again, it would need to be started off under cover, but it's a really great thing to grow. If you grow the wild variety, it self-seeds and comes back every year. So once you've put it in, you'll never need to sow it ever again. So I've got a packet, but I won't need to sow it because I've still got loads. I'll have to give that one away, I think. Also good old-fashioned mustard, you can grow some of that indoors as well. Another really fun thing to grow. It grows incredibly quickly as well. That's the nice thing about the microgreens and the mustard, they grow really quickly. So, and another undercover or indoor one are some sprouting seeds. Now, these are really expensive to buy grown in the shops. It's a really easy thing to grow yourself. My pronunciation is really rubbish, so I do have to apologise, but I've got sprouting seeds of alfalfa and fenugreek and also mung beans there. So I've got 3 types, ridiculously easy to sprout. They grow incredibly quickly, so it's a really quick turnover for you to be able to add that to your food. So, and a lovely salad mix there as well, which, as you can see, I've started mine already. Again, that one needs to be undercover, and they grow, you know, you can put them in your greenhouse or something like that, or on the windowsill. So this actually doesn't say you can start it off this time of year, but if you're quite mild like it is with us in Kent, I reckon if you started those off undercover in a greenhouse, I reckon you could get some of that. So that's Bright Light's Chard, one of my favourite things that I grow year in, year out, and it's just so incredibly versatile, so colourful. It's an absolute joy to grow and to eat as well. As you can see, I've got some that's already well established there, so I will be fine and I don't need any more. But if you haven't got any, if you're quite mild, get some in quick, and I reckon you could have some small leaves during the winter, and they keep coming as well, keep cut and come again. That's the other fantastic thing with those. So I do really hope you've enjoyed watching my video and you've got some value out of it. I'd love to hear what you're doing in your garden, and if you've got any questions or queries, please do put them in the comments, and we will answer every single question that goes in there. And if you haven't subscribed, it would be fantastic if you could do that too, because that will really help us greatly.